Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to another glorious day of online learning. I hope you and your families remain well and have been able to keep dry during this stormy time. Now, we're going to continue with looking at market segments. So we're just going to kick off with a little bit of a discussion activity here, a bit of a thought-provoking activity about Mr. Horrocks' favourite Scottish restaurant, McDonald's. Now, McDonald's started off as a low-cost fast food chain. There's a fantastic movie on Netflix called The Founder. So if any of you guys have had the opportunity to see that film, you'll appreciate the start of McDonald's as very much a fast food business that was trying to pump out high volumes of a limited range of product. Now, McDonald's, as hopefully we all know, their product offerings are incredibly diverse these days. And we have the likes of the gourmet menu there, the likes of the Angus beef creations, and we also have the loose change menu as well, along with that original low cost product offerings. So a question I'll pose to you is, why did McDonald's do this? So if you want to pause your screens momentarily and have a wee ponder over that question, and then we'll have a bit of a discussion with myself. So McDonald's quickly appreciated that they had such a broad appeal to people in society, that their market was incredibly diverse, and that most people seemed to like their product. So having the interest of most people, they thought about, well, what are some of the different needs and different circumstances that people within this huge market find themselves in? So to start off, talk about the loose change menu. They quickly appreciated that their customers, like many people, travel about society and they find themselves, oh, I'm a little bit hungry and I've got some loose change or a small amount of money on me. I'm not planning to do anything with this small amount of money. It's not sizable enough to put towards my, or feel like I should put it towards my sizable, my savings goals. Maybe my partner won't miss me putting this into our joint savings account. So maybe I'll treat myself to some good old Scottish McDonald's food. So this loose change menu, low cost items that are they're not very large meals, if you like, and it's just to attract people who just want a bit of a snack and they don't want to throw around much money, a bit of an in-between type meal, bit of an afternoon snack, or if you're someone like me, a second dinner type person. So McDonald's evolved their menu to create these offerings which really appealed to people who weren't looking to have a full meal, but just something to snack on with, but only spending a very small amount of money. If you are a McDonald's customer and you use the McDonald's app, where these loose change offerings are available, along with in store, they do have the loose change menu as well. You'll appreciate that. Perhaps you might be mid-afternoon and you've just gone out and done something quite physical, maybe gone for cricket net, done a little bit of sports, or gone and hung out with some extended whānau or friends, and you just want to have a little bit of a snack. That loose change menu is fantastic. So McDonald's realized that within the greater market that bought their products, there was the segment who just wanted a bit of a snack and not to spend too much money. So they added that into their product offerings and they created marketing to appeal to those people. Now, the gourmet creations. Now, the gourmet creations are something that me and my wife might treat ourselves on every now and then. It's a fantastic offering that McDonald's has because it offers their customers, their passionate fans such as myself, something a little more highbrow, something a bit more high quality. It's styled in a form that's closer to what you might get at a gourmet burger restaurant or even some restaurants. So they're appealing to a segment within the market who wants something a little bit fancier than potentially your bog standard Big Macs or your Boss Burgers. Something that might have a little bit of avocado in it, something that might have a bit of sourdough bread, something that's styled, as you can see, in these fancy little metal containers. They're trying to appeal to people who want to have a dining experience that's a bit fancier than your original sort of fast food McDonald's style. And going to McDonald's quite regularly myself, I am aware of a number of people who do go to McDonald's for dates with their loved ones, or even just a celebratory meal with friends, and they want something a little bit fancier than fast food. With given my air question marks around that comment. So McDonald's targeted that segment who love McDonald's food but just want something slightly fancier by bringing out those gourmet creations. All right, next one. So McDonald's evolved from fast food chain to having a playground and a function room. Why might McDonald's have done this? So if you pause your screen now, guys, have a bit of a think, and then we'll hear from me discussing this with myself. So McDonald's brought in these tremendous playgrounds because they very quickly realized that given how broadly appealing their product was, that they were attracting families to their business. Now, originally McDonald's very much catered towards people who would drive up in their cars and there wouldn't be too much of a dining area around the restaurants. This, however, is not entirely suitable for customers who have children. So children obviously require lots of attention, as they should, and parents themselves need to give attention to their own eating. So there's a bit of an issue with having a drive up eatery that doesn't really have a place for children to be entertained or distracted whilst parents can enjoy their meals. So McDonald's brought about these playgrounds. Now, these playgrounds are a win-win for families. So parents can enjoy their meals. They can get through their food without also having to play entertainer to their children. It's a win for children because these playgrounds look a bit more entertaining than most parents might be, especially when they're trying to get through a meal. So by bringing in playgrounds to the restaurants, McDonald's really targeted that segment of families. People who love McDonald's but also have families and younger children who require to be stimulated and to be entertained. Function meeting rooms. Now, I certainly remember going to McDonald's for a few birthday parties over the years and going into these function rooms, but I also remember going into one of these McDonald's function rooms for a work lunch, not at my time at Auckland Grammar School, but at a previous employer. So McDonald's realized that people really put a high rating or value on McDonald's as a great place to host a meeting, if you like, or a celebration or an occasion. So they created the space within their restaurants where they could allow this market segment to enjoy their Maccas, but also to have the privacy and space to carry out their function or their occasion, whether that be a business meeting, such as what Mr. Horrocks attended to many years ago, or whether it be the likes of birthday parties. So McDonald's appreciated that there were people in their market who wanted to use their business as both a place to get some kai, but also carry out some kind of occasion. So by having these function rooms, they're more likely to attract these people who wanted to eat and carry out an occasion. So by McDonald's bringing in these new features to their product offerings and to their business setup, gourmet creations, loose change menu, the playground, the function rooms, they are able to cater or provide for these market segments more effectively and to attract more sales. Alrighty, so the advantages and limitations of market segmentation. So by tailoring and creating products that are more specifically designed to the target market and segments, these segments see more value and sales are going to increase because the business takes care of these needs. Business through segmentation might actually attract areas of the market that aren't able to currently buy the product but want to, such as the McDonald's playgrounds. Perhaps there were families out there who really wanted to get some McDonald's but were unable to overcome this situation where they need to have their kids entertained and eat at the same time. So by bringing in the playgrounds, some families began to appreciate they could go to McDonald's and achieve both of those goals. By having marketing strategies that focus on certain customers, there's less of a waste of money because the business can create an ad campaign that's going to be highly effective to that particular segment. And so by spending money more effectively, the business is going to achieve more sales to their marketing expenses, which is going to help them achieve more profits. Price discrimination. Price discrimination refers to effectively charging different prices for different parts of the entire market. So from a McDonald's point of view, McDonald's is able to attract consumers who are happy to spend $20 on a meal. We think about a gourmet burger combo, maybe upsized there, but then they're also happy to attract the part of the market who maybe wants to spend $13 on their meal, which might be the Big Mac combo. And then also on the small change menu, people only want to spend $5 to $10. So McDonald's, by diversifying their product offering, is able to attract more types of customers in terms of how much they're willing to spend. The downsides, though, is that through market segmentation, a business has to do more research and development because they've got to design more products, they've got to hold more inventory because they've got a broader range of products. Having a broader range of products can mean that production costs are higher because you can't have one standard style of production. By having excessive specialization, which means that we are really targeting these segments, we could find that we're putting all our eggs in one basket, so to speak, and consumer tastes can change, as we know, which might lead to a change. So we've got to be a change in demand. So we're really aware of what our segments, how they're viewing our products and to keep up those changing views. Finally, our businesses need to do lots of market research to ensure that they're able to keep aware of our market segment needs. All right, final task, guys. Let's complete task 1, N to R on pages 3 to 4 of the workbook. Kia kaha.